Welcome back to the fourth installment of Wrestling in the Basement, a Basement Boy Banner Productions. Thor and Brian, because I've been forgetting to do introductions lately, and not everyone who watches these videos knows who the fuck we are. So I'm Thor, that's Brian. And
that's gonna sound good.
My chair's on my cord. How y'all doing? How you doing? That was, professionals. Something's wrong now. It's not sitting even.
Your stand is not
There we go.
standing.
We're good? Okay, that was technical difficulties, clearly. Are we? Yeah, I'm coming in good still. Okay, Thor and Brian, like I said, Wrestling in the Basement. Sorry there's been no episodes or Gamer Corner or like any content besides wrestling videos lately. But they're coming. That's all I'm going to say. They're coming. Episode 60 within days. Other stuff, that too. So with that being said, anything you want to add? Hi. How y'all doing?
No, I'm just really excited to do the episode that is as many episodes as you are years old.
Go to hell. Yeah, that's right. Whatever. He's bullshitting. I'm not 60. And if I was, I'm damn good looking for a 60-year-old. I'm just saying. But we're here to talk about wrestling, specifically Monday Night Raw from June 26, 2016. Just got done about a half an hour ago, but we were a little bit behind. So we just finished it about like 10 minutes ago. No big deal. As a Monday Night Raw goes, this was a pretty good one. Pretty entertaining from top to bottom. Not a lot of slow parts. A few parts I wasn't crazy about.
Most of the matches that were like meh went by pretty quick.
Yeah, and then we had good, filler content in between, which I like. Sometimes it's a filler content Raw, not a match Raw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and this one still had some solid matches too.
It did. So let's dive into it. Opening segment, we had Seth Rollins come out, talking about Roman Reigns' suspension, who's suspended 30 days for violating the wellness policy, a.k.a. failing a drug test. Talking about how he shouldn't be in the match, blah, 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 blah. Ambrose comes out. He's like, he's still in the match. We're good to go. Then AJ Styles comes out, and he's like, I want to be in the match. Fatal 4-way. Then Cena comes out, and he's like, Fatal 5-way. And, like, we were pretty excited. I had called it a little bit beforehand. I was like, I think they're going to do like a Fatal 5-way with Cena and Ambrose. Or with Cena and AJ Styles.
Well, and then you missed the best part.
What?
Then all of a sudden, Randy Orton comes out and Fatal 6-way. Then the Big Show comes out, Fatal 7-way. Then Hulk Hogan comes out and he's like, Fatal 8-way.
That was the most amazing part. But wait, none of that happened. So then, just the Cena part was real, people, in case he threw you off. That part was real up until then. But no Orton yet. He's coming, though. Orton's got to be coming. Thank God no Big Show. Poor no Hulk, though. Although he's got that Gawker money now. He sued that Gawker company for the sex tape and won like $130 million or something like that. They had to like go file bankruptcy. The website thing had to file bankruptcy to pay Hogan what he was owed from the lawsuit. We're getting way the fuck off topic here. All right, let's bring it back. Opening segment. It was solid. Oh, then Stephanie came out. Mm-hmm. That actually happened too. Stephanie said we're going to have two matches. We're going to have AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have John Cena versus Seth Rollins. And if those two win their respective matches, they're inserted into the main event at Battleground. Reigns is still in, even though he failed his drug test. Whatever. I'm fine with it.
Hey, he owned it.
He did own it. He apologized to his friends and family and owned it like
and
a man.
And his fans.
And
all
his
two
fans.
of them.
Everybody who screamed.
Wow. The girl who said he's still hot.
He's still hot. She just, like, if you didn't hear that, if you were watching Raw and you heard that part, let me laugh for like 5 minutes. Everyone's booing and she's like, he's still hot. Oh, girls are stupid. No, I'm kidding. I love you ladies. You're geniuses. Way smarter than men could ever be. What else? Then what happened next, Brian?
We have, Sasha Banks and Paige versus Charlotte and whatever Brooks.
Dana Brooks and Charlotte versus Sasha Banks and Paige. This was a decent match.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but
it was better than the women's matches have been lately. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
But still not as good as they could be.
Well, and it seemed mostly to be building that Sasha Banks is tough.
She's a force to be reckoned with. We've been waiting for her and Charlotte to have a feud. We're finally getting it, which I love it. Even throw Paige in the mix maybe a little bit as a three-way action. I'd be cool with that too.
The only way I want to see Paige is if she's just in there to keep Dana Brooks from cheating.
Nah, see, I'd like to see three-way, triple threat. Double triple threat matches. Women's and men's. Paige, Sasha Banks, Charlotte. Yeah,
I guess it would make it more battlegroundy.
That is if the other two don't lose at the end of the night, and we have a fatal five-way.
Wink, wink.
Spoiler. So then what? So then that ended with Banks and them won, right?
Mm-hmm. Paige basically got beaten up. Most of the match couldn't tag,
Yeah.
and then Sasha Banks.
She hit the bank statement on Dana Brooks, got her tap, won. It was a good match, whatever. And then we got what? Rusev versus Titus. Was that
Yes.
after that? Okay, Rusev versus Titus. I don't like this feud. I understand why the WWE is trying to push Titus O'Neil. I get it. No, I totally get it. But he just doesn't work for me. Rusev has been working pretty well. Oh. The whole Father's Day stuff is gold.
Although, what's her name? She's not...
Lana?
Yeah. I feel like she's not hitting as well.
No, she's not nowhere near as popular as she was before, but I think Rusev's better, and I'm fine with that because let her be more secondary. She was almost... She was getting outshined him, and we don't need that. We need Rusev to shine and her to be, seen less or heard less and seen more, like most girls. I'm kidding.
Most sexist episodes of wrestling in the basement ever, guys. Get ready.
Women are stupid. So no, I'm kidding. It's a joke. People don't say bad things to me. That aren't warranted. Like my intelligence. Then we got what? Rusev won. No, Rusev got counted out. Titus won. Mm-hmm. They're going to have a match. It's going to be a battleground, and it's going to be for the USA title. We couldn't even remember if the match at the last pay-per-view was for the championship or not. Could you tell us if it was in the comments? That'd be great. We can't remember. Yeah. I could check it on the WWE Network, but I'm not going to do that.
For that awesome...
No, definitely. Then what do we have after that? Then was...
Rollins versus Cena.
What'd you think of Rollins versus Cena?
I don't think it was bad, but Cena has been...
He's rusty.
And they're playing up, like, real bad. Like, he's really rusty.
He is. He looks rusty.
Because Rollins came in and, he wasn't nearly as rusty, but Cena looks...
Well, you know what I think is part of Cena looks better in the beginning, but he looks bad late because his cardio ain't there, his stamina ain't there. You know what I mean?
I feel like he looks worse in the beginning,
really?
And
then he comes into it.
He sort of he does that Superman Cena.
Yeah,
but
Super Cena.
But right now, it's like literally he's like completely missing, and then just is getting beaten up.
Actually, as Raw as a whole, the only one thing I would say is there was a lot of misses tonight. There was a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of things being done in the ring that weren't supposed to be done or didn't go the way they were supposed to go. It was kind of sloppy in ring tonight a little bit. But that match specifically, Rollins ends up winning. AJ Styles comes out with the club. They cause the distraction, which if you're Cena, it's like, why get distracted? Because if they touch you, you win.
Well, because his boss said you're not going to be in the match.
Right. So then Rollins ended up hitting the pedigree for the W. So then obviously, that the fatal five-way is out the window. So now we still have a chance at a fatal four-way.
Mm-hmm. Then it's Enzo and Big Cass.
Oh,
versus those two jobbers.
Let me say this. Not my favorite Enzo and Big Cass moment tonight.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it, but it wasn't their best. I felt it was overwritten.
Okay.
I think they do better when they kind of go off the cuff. And I felt this was overwritten.
They're facing jobbers.
They were facing jobbers, but even with the social outcast stuff that came after the match, it wasn't their finest promo.
They were facing
jobbers. Slash
social outcasts, which might as well say
jobbers. Social outcast jobbers. But yeah, like I said, it was fine. It wasn't, it was middle of the road. Right? Middle of the road.
I guess, but what do you expect out of a jobbers match?
That's true. Well, but they had a lot of time on the mic before the match, after the match. And they
literally just repeated pretty much what they always say.
Yeah, although I did like the wave thing. The wave thing was cool. Ride the wave, the fan wave. They know how hot they are right now. And let's just hope they keep it going, because I did kind of sense the crowd. It could have been the Tampa crowd. They're weird, but...
the fact that...
Enzo and Big Cass, came up from NXT, which is down in It's not in Tampa. It's in Orlando, but close
Again,
enough.
a jobbers match. People don't get excited.
All right.
I'm just being honest.
Then what came after that?
Then we have the training camp thing they talked about with the Special Olympics.
Okay.
Which was
so
real quick.
they do a nice spot. Like they're very charitable. WWE spends a lot of money.
Big Show was there.
Write-offs. Big Show for real this time. No Hogan. And then what came next?
It was
the
best match of the night.
Match of the evening.
Summer
Rae versus Becky Lynch.
Yep. And Natalya.
Natalya is on commentary. Match never started. Literally, Summer Rae came out with her entrance music, stood in the ring in the corner with her arms in the ropes while all the action happened outside because Becky Lynch just attacked Natalya and then left. And then they didn't even say anything about the match. They're just like, up next.
They didn't even say up next.
Yeah, they did because they had up next.
They cut. They literally cut by the end.
Because they go up next, they had the highlight reel.
Right, they cut to, we have the Jericho reel. And then it went commercial, then Jericho highlight reel.
Yeah, it was crazy. So then, just like you said, Jericho highlight reel comes on next. Sami Zayn
and Kevin Owens were the two
were the two guests on the highlight reel.
I made a special note here. Sami Zayn is the bad guy.
Sami Zayn is the bad guy? No, Sami Zayn's the good. He's always the good guy. He's the one that gets cheered.
Did you listen to both KO and Jericho? Sami Zayn's the bad guy.
He's a bad friend.
Sami
Zayn is a bad friend. Bad guy, maybe not, but bad friend for sure. It was classic KO. And Jericho co-signing what KO is saying made it so much better because Sammy was like passionate and like that. Sammy had a good speech.
Oh yeah,
and KO's just kind of sitting there, and then KO says his piece, and you can't really argue with what KO said. I mean, it's a fucked up way of looking at things, but you can't be like KO's
argue.
wrong.
He is completely wrong. But
to a point,
the way he words it is beautiful. The reason he's such a good heel is not because he's right. Is because he words it in a way that if you aren't paying attention, it totally flies right past you.
But he thinks he's right. That's what also makes him a great heel, like a great villain who doesn't think they're being evil. They think they're right.
Like,
that's KO. Like I'm the victim.
You are a bad friend because you weren't happy for me when I won the championship by cheating you out of it.
After I power bombed you on the side of the thing that hurt you, and then you had to it was great. Oh, so good. So then what do we get next?
Which KO and Sami Zayn have the last match at Battleground.
They're gonna end it because with the draft coming up, who knows where they're both gonna be. So they're gonna end it. I kind of like that. That makes sense.
Well,
to
and
me.
hopefully we get like just the most epic match out of those two, and then it can actually put it to rest a little bit.
So then they can have other feuds because those two could be used for other feuds right now.
And they also pointed something out like. It was done pretty purposeful because they both kick Jericho.
Work one last time together. Yeah.
So I think they're trying to. I think we're going to see a little bit more of their old friendship. So then when the match ends, it's more like actually settled instead of rough.
We'll
it's
see.
The only way they can actually settle it, though.
We'll see. Or they have a winner, and then someone's like, I won, and then they're on different shows, so it doesn't matter, and then they start with different feuds, and no one ever talks about it again. It's one of those things where you can just, with any feud, you can just stop talking about it and it just goes away, and then you can make it whatever you want later. Like, that's the beauty of wrestling. So then what do we get next? Oh, Miz and Kane, which that goes back to an earlier segment that was pretty good with Stephanie and Kane, and corporate Kane. Miz came in. So that led to an Intercontinental Championship match later in the night, which is this match, the Miz versus Kane match. It sucked. That was definitely one of the worst matches of the night besides the Summer Rae Becky Lynch match.
It was short, though.
It was short. Miz lost by count out because his wife faked an ankle injury, but then they showed it when she came back or when they came back from break that she had faked it and they were all happy together. It's stupid. I don't know what the hell they're doing with the Miz.
Yeah.
If the Miz and Kane are about to have a fucking feud, like, no thank you. Like, do not sign me up. Don't put those matches on pay-per-views. No one wants to fucking see that. Like, do something different with them. Please, God, please. So then what did we get? Then we got the New Day and the Wyatt stuff.
No, we had Cesaro and Cruz.
Oh, that was
whatever match they
Cesaro,
were doing.
Cruz versus Del Rio and
Sheamus.
And
Del Rio.
Del Rio turns on Sheamus, kicks him. It was indescript. I don't love anything going on in that match, so I don't care. We went out for a smoke during that match, so whatever.
Then it was
New Day Wyatt shit. Top highlight of the night was this shit. This was hilarious. The way they are playing this feud is genius. With Xavier being like weird, Xavier's acting so weird, and the other two are like pushing even harder than usual. And Xavier's, because usually Xavier's the one who like kind of leads the way, but he's the most vocal. And then those kind of play off him, reversing it and having him shy away and having Bray get in his head because he normally doesn't even wrestle. He normally is on the outside.
Right.
So if you're gonna put the Wyatt family on the inside versus Kofi and Big E, no fear, but then you have Bray on the outside fucking with Xavier to like maybe see if you get Xavier to turn on his brothers. I mean, I love the way they're playing this. I don't know how they're going to wrap this up, and I don't know why it makes sense for Bray right now, but it's working.
Yeah.
And fuck it, if you got Bray Wyatt doing something that's working, just let it go for now, because they've done so much with him that didn't work.
Well, and I think, honestly, Bray Wyatt strikes me as a character that's better suited just for matches and less for belts. Now, I know that kind of makes him not look strong because he doesn't have belts, but at the same time...
Well, he's got a lot of W's versus a lot of top-quality opponents.
Right, and I think him just being in... Because his character wouldn't want a belt, you know what I mean? It's more about the destruction.
He doesn't like the gold and the... Yeah, you're right. His character wouldn't want a belt.
It's more about beating people to stop them from having
So I wonder if it's
belts.
even going to be a championship for the tag team titles. I wonder if it's going to be the Wyatt family versus the New Day, and it's going to be a 6-man tag.
Well, and even if they don't do that, even if they just have Strowman and the other guy,
Eric Rowan,
those two have the tag team belt with Bray not having a belt, and just have those two have the belt.
Yeah,
because then he can still be the mouthpiece talking while those two are wrestling.
Possibly.
If we went that route.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what they end up signing. I mean, obviously they're gonna have a match at Battleground. We'll see what it ends up being. If it's triple threat or not. God, why am I stuck on that? 6-man tag or a regular tag team for the belts. But that was, like I said, I think that was my favorite piece of the night because New Day came out dressed as the Wyatts and they did a whole skit. And it was phenomenal. Although Big E, I don't know who Big E was dressed like because he had suspenders on and a beard.
He looks like a...
Well, no, because the middle dude was Luke Harper. He had the white T-shirt and the pants on. Mm-hmm. The dude Kofi was Eric Rowan because he had the green jumpsuit on. I think Big E was supposed to be Bray with the beard and the overalls and then no shoes on. Did he have a hat on?
He had a hat.
Then he was supposed to be Bray. That's genius.
I mean, it wasn't exactly Bray, but that's the
no.
point.
It was like a super like that's that. No, and I just got that. Awesome. I mean, I'm slow on the uptake clearly, but that was probably my favorite part of the night. Then we got the what do they call that? The main event. Thank you, main event. Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. This went as you'd figure it. AJ Styles dominates most of the match. Dean Ambrose comes back. Club comes out. Cena comes out. Cena ruins AJ's chance, just like AJ ruins Cena's chance. Rollins gets in the ring, hits Dino from behind, stands over him with the belt, while the Club's up over Cena at the top of the ring, or at the top of the walkway or whatever. So heels end up coming out on top on this Raw. Raw,
they shined.
They did
character-wise.
They did character-wise. They did. They shine better than the faces. This one. This was a heel Raw. I'd give it a B-. Had good parts. Had some parts I didn't care much about. I'd say a solid B-.
Dumb matches, but that's honestly fine with me.
We said that it was like a filler Raw too. The matches weren't great. It was more promo than match, building storylines going forward towards Battleground, and I'm okay with that. So, like I said, B-. Yeah, maybe even C+. But you're right around there. It was better than middle of the road. So yeah, B-.
The only thing I really want them to do is figure something out with that Intercontinental belt because it's
do something with the Intercontinental belt. Get Rusev versus a quality opponent, Apollo Crews, and the Apollo Crews shit and the Del Rio. Hopefully Del Rio and Sheamus will all go against each other and they can do something different with Apollo and who was his partner.
Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro needs something to do. Those could be those. You could put a Cruz versus Rusev and Cesaro versus The Miz. I'd like that. I'd like that feud. They kind of had a Cesaro versus The Mid feud going before Miz left for 30 days, but just don't do the Kane shit. But I think something like that's gonna happen next week.
See, I think they're using. I don't think they want it to be Miz versus Kane.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I think they want to do something, mold something with that. Because even corporate Kane was like he was way wackier than usual.
I'm pretty sure Kane won't be a mainstay on anything going forward. I think he's just gonna be like a Teddy Long or John Laurinaitis or like these guys who have like helped run things, and they just kind of transition through every Monday's got a new one type thing. Kane's had 2 now, I think, but that's because he had Shane one week and then came back to try to talk to Stephanie. Same thing. I don't know. We'll see who shows up next week. But like I said, episode 60, it's coming this week for sure. Other stuff coming. Until next episode or next time we just shoot something. Deuces.